Hello, everybody. This is Football Psych, and I'm Coach.
It is a large Sarge. How y'all doing out there tonight?
All right, everybody. Well, this is Football Psych, and we are so happy to have you guys join us. We look forward to having a really great show tonight. For those who will be joining us later to watch it, hey, the more the merrier. We look forward to having you on board. I see Jeff already on. Hey, good evening to you, brother. Hope you enjoyed the game in Madrid because we will be talking about that tonight. Boy, we have a lot in store for you guys. So I see Jim on. How you doing, brother? Glad to see you guys on. So and we're going to get right on into it here. So we just had a game. It was the first ever NFL broadcast in Madrid, Spain. Now, my wife pulled a fast one on me because my wife would travel the world in a nanosecond if I coordinate with her in advance. And then when I told her about this game being in Madrid, she's like, why are we not there?
No.
She goes, if you would have told me about this, I would have planned it and we would have spent a couple of days in Madrid and you could have been to your football game.
You got to be kidding me.
I screwed up.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. And then she gave you rub for not taking her to Spain.
And she gave me rub for not taking her to Spain. And so, it ended up being my fault.
Oh my God!
I didn't go watch this football game in Spain, and so she actually got pissed at me for not going to the football game.
You had double trouble.
Who has a wife like that, right? And my wife was just like, "Hey, if you would have told me," she has a code signal when she likes to travel. She goes zip, zip, zip. That is the sound of her zipper on her travel bag.
Zip, zip, zip. It sounds like an audible.
That's her code, right?
That's a travel audible. Zip, zip, zip.
She goes, if you would have told me about this trip to Spain for you to go watch this game, it'd have been zip, zip, zip.
Jeff says she just wants to spend your money.
Yeah, exactly. She was like on it. And she was freaking on it.
Oh
and we are joined.
Add Shaq.
Shaq on here too.
Bring him on.
Let's go.
Shaq, you got to run some reps first, and then I'll throw you the ball. But you got to run some laps for being late. You get out there and run me 3 circles around this field. All right, that's enough. It's fast enough. You're killing the grass. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and go.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's pretty good.
Shaq.
Because you guys weren't 100% anymore as of the last show because you dropped one.
I know. We're 98%.
Yeah, you guys were 100% all the way up until last week drop, but that's kind of like us fumbling our whole season.
Listen, we freaking suck. We lost to the Dolphins. We lost to the Dolphins, man.
We are in the toilet bowl of football teams.
That's right.
The NFL. We are in the toilet bowl.
And we lost the battle of the basement. That's what that was. It was the battle of the basement.
At least they were in Spain, man, getting their Latin dancing going.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you. Now there were some bright spots.
For sure.
There were some bright spots. Chris Rodriguez was a bright spot yesterday.
Yeah.
Seeing Ben Sinnott actually get active was a bright spot. And they let our younger, they listen to you, Coach, man, Mike. They let a lot of our younger talent play yesterday.
Yeah, we mentioned that on the show last week that when we called the season over, I know you couldn't join us last week, but that was one of the comments I made that if I was the guy that was running the team, this would be the opportunity. I would start starting some younger talent and getting them more reps so I see what I have. And it's about player development. Who do you have on contract next year? Who do you want to develop for our future team? Because the season's over.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? They actually did it in this game. They had guys like Chris Rodriguez step up. I saw McGee out there. I saw Sinnott out there. I saw
Jones.
a lot of guys you normally don't see.
Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Jones is a little bit different, but I mean, of a situation. But to your point, we have a lot of players that were it seems like we're evaluating talent a little.
Bates.
And the beautiful part about it was guys stepped up, man. They were out there competing.
Yeah. And then look, and then now, and another thing, this team looked different with Dan Quick on the defense.
Yep, it did.
It did.
And I actually like some of his defensive play calling.
I did too.
I actually thought that this was some of the best coaching he's done since he's been our coach. I'm like, where the flipper have you been all year?
Yep. So and now they need to go ahead and let Joe Witt walk.
But it was also some of the worst.
What do you mean? Elaborate on that.
Yeah.
We'll get into it.
All right.
I think on defense, you're right. I think they had a good game plan. I think he called the right strategy. They ran all over us, but it was a bend don't break, and Miami destroyed the Bills the week before. We played the game in Madden, and that was one of the toughest games we had in the whole franchise. We were sweating till 2:30 in the morning trying to beat Miami. That was nuts. And we had, after that game, me and Mike were at breakfast on Sunday morning for the game, and we're like, there ain't no way going to win this game. He's like, it's going to be 3 scores. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that it'll be that.
I really thought that game had all the potential of us getting freaking embarrassed on the international stage.
Yeah. So we went all the way out there. Now, we're all the way out there to fans that was wearing Commanders and Redskins gear. They didn't even speak English. And we went out there and got embarrassed. They didn't even. A lot
at least we didn't get humiliated. Because I really thought this was going to be like a 30-13 score, not a 16-13 score.
A lot of the fans out there didn't even understand the game. They watched football. They didn't even understand. They was just there because the NFL was there.
hey, what do you think about this? Like for a football game. All the scoring in the first half was field goals.
Yeah.
Had to be made by the foot.
It made by the foot. It was like a legit soccer game.
But listen. Didn't Miami try to give us that game any number of times? I mean, weren't they just saying, look, guys, we feel for you. Our season's over. Go ahead and win this one. You need it. You're broken. Your quarterback's out. Let's go ahead and we'll make it look good, but go ahead and try to win this one. Didn't they do that?
They did. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Matt Gay, I'm glad he's gone.
Yes.
I'm glad he's gone.
Yes. I hate that guy.
Yeah, I'm glad
Coach
he's gone.
disagrees with me. Coach completely disagrees.
I'm glad Matt Gay is gone. And that's one. And Mariota with these go-ahead interceptions was crazy. I'm like, what is going on? I'm sitting here and I'm like, he did not see this defensive back baiting them in.
I'd have ran the ball personally on that first play. I'd put it in Rodriguez. I think they did. They did one run and gave Rodriguez that they opened up the pass. I'd have stuck with Rodriguez though. He was getting you yards, but that's for further in discussion.
Well, that, and I don't think we're going to see. This is just me. I don't think we're going to see any more of Bill this year. That's just me.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't think we're going to see no more Bill this year.
Maybe not.
Why not?
The way Chris Rodriguez has been playing and McNichols have been playing, we're not going to see any more Bill.
Out. They literally subbed him out and put Bill in.
No, I don't think we're going to see too much more of him this year.
Bill had a couple runs. I think he caught a pass.
Yeah.
But McNichols and Rodriguez carried it.
I'll disagree on that one only from the aspect that he's young and you're going to want to keep giving him reps. You're not, he's not a guy to bubble wrap. He's too junior.
Yeah.
So I think what you'll see is you're going to see all 3 running backs continue to be worked in and rotated in. I tell you what I did like though is because I heard a story on Chris Rodriguez that they went back and I told Large Sarge this story when he was driving me back to my place in Crystal City. Mm-hmm. They did some research on Chris Rodriguez before that game. They went all the way back to his college film study, and they realized that the coach, how they used him back in college, was they realized he was a volume guy. That the more volume you gave him, the more production that they got out of him. And so they decided, we're going to give him quite a few reps in this game to see what he can do. And when they did that, I'm actually quite shocked that he didn't stick with it because he was starting to get the volume really going.
And now, so I agree with this, right? And so when we drafted him, Chris Rodriguez was averaging 20 to 25 carries a game. Sometimes
Yeah,
more.
why don't we stick with that?
He had literally when he was at Kentucky, I think he had one game where he had like 38 carries. Insane. It was some
volume guy.
It was some ungodly number of carries. Like, it was crazy. So
he was noted back then by saying, the more carries you get, the more I figure out what's going on and the more yards I can get.
Yeah. So
like, he learns the defenses as he plays.
Yeah. And him again, I understand running back by committee. I get it. I mean, I understand that, right? But when you have Chris Rodriguez back there, 20 to 25 carries, you have a fresh, young Bill back there, 15 to 20 carries. Right now, there's no balance in this offense. We know that our pass game it sucks right now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any weapons, 0 weapons. Receivers ain't creating no separation. Zach Ertz is old. Ben Simmons is just now starting to get into his form, right? So I am telling you right now, after this bye week, if we want to beat the Denver Broncos, Chris Rodriguez is going to need 20 to 25 carries.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to say, like, I don't think we're in the winning mentality anymore.
You don't think so?
First of all,
I think we were for this game, but I think this game might have just broke the camel's back.
I would agree with that because I would say our season was over 2 weeks ago when I called it, but I don't think that the Commanders actually called it until after this game.
Yeah.
Right now, they're running about 2 weeks behind me on just about every decision.
Yeah.
And now they're probably coming to that realization because it's, obviously the playoffs are less and less likely. I told Lard Sarge when we were in an ice slop that I don't believe that we're going to win another freaking game. I told him that before this game even happened. I don't think we're going to win another game.
Yeah. Only potential wins we had was that game and maybe the Giants game.
Yeah. I don't think we can beat the Giants right now.
We're not beating the Giants. No way.
Well, now hold on, and let's discuss this. I'm gonna tell you why. We getting Noah Brown back. Will Harris is coming back. Like,
you never liked Noah Brown.
I hate Noah Brown. I hate Noah Brown. But he is a weapon. He's a weapon.
For a Hail Mary?
It's something. He's something.
And I heard they like Sanders still so much at kick returns, they're going to make him the new kicker. That's what I heard.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, nobody fumbles it as well as him, man.
Why did they have him back there?
That dude has never fielded a punt in his life.
I'll get to it. Oh, my Lord.
There should have been Jalen Lane back there. It should have been Jalen Lane back there. Why was Mikey Samsdale doing punt return? Why?
I'll get to it.
Whose dumb idea was that? Let me guess. Dan Quinn. I'm calling for Dan Quinn's job. I'm calling for Dan Quinn's job. I told you I didn't like to hire him.
Actually, we're going to interview Dan Quinn on this show, so we got a special surprise for you.
Yeah, we got to interview with him.
Hey,
because Dan Quinn's coming on the show here in a little bit, so we're going to learn enough about Dan Quinn here in a little bit. All right, guys. Well, the news that everybody's been waiting for is the release of Matt Gay as our kicker. Oh my goodness, man! And how excited are we over this one?
Fired up,
huh?
Shaq, what you don't know is we went out to IHOP to have breakfast and talk football before the game because I had to go to work. And Coach Mad Mike stunk up my couch watching the game, and I said we got into a kicker discussion. I'm like, Matt Gay's got to go, and he's like, you are stupid. Matt Gay's really good, and I'm like, no. No kicker is good unless you're 90% at 50 yards at least. That's the new game, 50 yards. And Matt Gay is just not sitting at 50 plus. He's right under that, but
we had a good kicker, but he couldn't get his personal life in order. We had McManus. McManus would have been perfect for us.
Yeah,
he's probably been the best kicker we've had in a very, very long time. McManus. But he had a lot of problems, right?
He had a lot of problems with him. But guess what? If he wanted to touch a little box here and there, you know what I'm saying? As long as he ain't doing that on the football field.
See, that's where there's like position disparity. Because if he was your prima donna wide receiver like an Antonio Brown, we would have put up with him.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna put up with a kicker doing that.
No.
So gentlemen, now this is done, and we're heading to the bye. We got 2 weeks to figure this out. Who's out there that we can get?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No, listen to me.
Cut him then.
No, so
we already signed a kicker. I'll get to that on the next slide.
All
We've
right,
already
all right.
signed a kicker. But I'm talking about just like players to improve this team. There's nobody out there. Like we're past the trade deadline. Everybody's been pretty much picked up off the streets. You are really looking at practice squad players at this point.
Yep.
That firing was the coach looking for a scapegoat.
Hey, we need to bring Janikowski out of retirement.
No, I'll tell you exactly who we're bringing because it's on the next slide. And it's already been signed. It just hasn't been really reported. I got some updated pre news
Who is it?
off of my insider blog. All right. It is going to be Jake Moody. We signed him off of the Bears practice squad. Kicker Jake Moody.
I don't know.
He's 25 years old. He's a kicker that played for Michigan, and he was stashed away on the Bears practice squad, and we have signed him off of that. And so he is our new kicker.
We got any history on him in Michigan?
He played pretty well in Michigan, but you can Google him and start looking up and figuring out everything you want for him. But he is our new kicker, Jake.
25-year-old. All right.
And he's 25 years old, so it improved our overall youth of our team.
There you go.
By a smidgen.
Oh, that's a draft. 25 years old. That is super young. That's a baby.
That's a young guy, but Jack Moody is our guy.
I think Warner could be his father.
Jake Moody, not Jack.
Jake Moody. Okay.
I'm looking up instead. Okay. Won the Lou Groza Award and named consensus All-American. All right. Yep. Committed to University of Maryland, Michigan without a scholarship.
Jack is saying he can kick close to 60 yards.
Yep. Became Michigan career field goal leader with 65. All right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's our new kicker.
Fresh legs to start. That's what I say. Give him a start.
Yep. So he's our new starting kicker. We signed him right off the Chicago Bears practice squad. And he is our new starting kicker. So
let's get in there. Hold on now. I'm getting into the weeds of this. Hold on. Let me see what he got right here. Stats. Man.
You don't like it?
Jack is liking him.
54 for 71 field goals. 259 points. Okay, that's not bad. Now, this is where it's 40 to 49 yards, 13 to 21, 30 to 39, 17 to 19, 20 to 29 yards, 18 of 19, 50 plus, 6 of 12. His longest so far in the NFL is 57 yards. And that was with the San Francisco 49ers.
And I don't see how he's an improvement.
So I will tell you right now, I think Matt Gay's numbers are better than that.
Yeah.
So we've signed him, but he might be on a short leash.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
So I don't think
they're going to make a move for the end of the season. We're in the back half of the season now.
We're in the back half of the season. This was about bringing, Matt Gay's a little bit older. What is he, like 31? This is about bringing in a young kicker to have him kick the rest of the way out. And if he does well, we'll keep him. If he doesn't, he's gone.
Yeah.
So Jake Moody has had injury issues as well.
Okay.
Oh. Well, I'm not saying this is an improvement over Matt Gay then.
It's not an improvement. You're not going to get an improvement over Matt Gay at this time of the year. Because anybody who's an improvement over him is already signed to a team.
And that was
Matt Gay statistically is not bad. That's what was my conversation with Large Sarge. The problem with Matt Gay is that when he goes wrong, he misses one, he starts stacking up misses. And so they're usually within one game. And so everybody thinks he sucks every week. He'll go great for like 4 or 5 weeks, and then he'll have a bad game where he can't freaking hit a field goal. And that's where he would get pissed off. And so it's been a combination of bad games that he has, but he's had other games where he's been perfect on the day. So
he's been battling high ankle sprains for the last couple seasons. And the 49ers released him, and the Bears picked him up, but he's been struggling with high ankle sprains.
Well, great. He's our new kicker. And so one of the articles I came across on X was the Commanders, this is now our 8th kicker under the Dan Quinn, Adam Peters era. Our 8th kicker. God. In 2 years. We are averaging 4 kickers per year.
So we have Austin Siebert. We got Jake.
We got the whole list right here.
I got the whole
list posted on here. You have the whole list right here.
Should bring Siebert back. That's what I would have done. But
he retired.
Yeah, call him.
Yeah,
you sick of eating potato chips and drinking beer? You want to get a Commander's uniform on? That's what I said.
He'd probably be like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I'm over here drinking my martini, man."
I forgot all about Cade York.
Yeah, all these guys we've already been through. So
I don't even know that name.
So
what do you last a week?
Here's my trivia question, you guys. How soon do we get to number 9?
Next year.
They're
not going to re-sign someone from now to the end of the season. We got what? 8-9 games left.
If he's got high ankle sprains, he might not last long.
No, well, there's that. Yeah, so you might be right. Have to bring Gay back for a lot more money.
For a lot more, yeah. We'll pay him a lot more money to come back.
That's
like something we would do.
Oh my God!
Now, so this is my thing right here, though. So just like Coach Man Mike said, right? Matt Gay statistically is a better kicker. He's not gonna be out there in the streets long. Like he's not.
Somebody will pick him up.
As soon as somebody else's kicker has a bad day, Matt Gay will get signed.
Matt Gay will get signed.
Yeah.
He is one other team's kicker having a bad game.
Yep.
And then what will happen is we might then cut Moody and sign whoever else gets cut from that other team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Jack wanted to know how many Michigan players we had on the team. He says he thinks it's at least 3 now.
Sam Steele, Jake Moody, and I think those are the only 2. Hold on.
Somebody look it up. Somebody look up the roster. But yeah, we got a couple Michigan guys, I think.
Hold on, let me see. That's a good question. Jack, you'll be bringing the smoke every week. Man, got me in here doing research. He got me here doing research. Hold on.
No, he's challenging us, man. He's like, hold on, I thought y'all knew about football.
Oh man!
Shout out to Shay too for being on. Appreciate you out there.
Hey.
All right, let's see what we got here. This roster. Let's look at this roster.
Look at the roster, man.
Yeah, he says the Bucks cut Matt Gay for the same reason.
Hey.
There you go. Let me see. He's got history.
Let's see. I'm looking now. Roster.
While you're looking that up, I want to try to start getting into some positive things about this football team because there are some positive takeaways. Some of this might be messaging from the team because I pulled this right off of the Commander's website. So what happens usually when I see a transition on how people report stuff is because I've seen it every year with the Commanders / Redskins when things start going south. Their coaching staff starts changing their messaging. And what they try to do is they start promoting more on like what's going well with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Because when things are going really well, you usually don't see these kinds of articles and stories. When things are going bad, they have a tendency to like try to hype up and highlight what's going right. Hopefully to try to keep the team positive, but I also think they do it to try to save their job.
No, they're doing it to try to keep fans in seats.
And that's what I was about to say, Long Sarge. That's what I was about to say.
See, it's we need you in the stadium because we ain't making no money.
Well, here you go. So generally, even though the Washington Commanders fell to the Miami Dolphins 16-30 their Sunday, the Washington defense only allowed 3 third-down conversions, which was the fewest allowed in a single game since Week 6.
This is very positive.
Miami was held to 142 net passing yards, which is the fewest allowed this season. That's a positive. It was also the fewest net passing yards allowed in a single game since Week 16 of last year.
Wow, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they tightened up Waddle.
So
Washington forced 2 turnovers on downs, which was their first time doing so in a single game since Week 6 of the 2023 season.
Oh, wait a minute, that is a complete lie. They didn't force McDaniels to be stupid. That was McDaniels being stupid and not kicking the field goal. We didn't force it.
We forced it.
McDaniels refused to kick a field goal, and that's why it was a turnover on downs. It had nothing to do with our great calling. Let's get for real. That was right.
It was defense.
Hey, they are 3. There are 3 Michigan players: Sam Steele, Jake Moody, and Donovan Edwards. Donovan Edwards was a dog in college.
That's right. Donovan Edwards was the freaking running back.
He's on our practice squad.
That's right. He's on our practice squad.
Donovan Edwards was a dog in college.
And you want to hear something else? In our Madden league that Lars Sargent and I do, he's actually our starting running back.
And he's killing. He's
he
killing
was,
it.
yeah,
But
no,
he
he was.
beats out Bill. He beats out Bill, doesn't he, Lord Sarge?
There ain't no compare. Well,
On our team, on our fantasy,
he has an insane break tackle. He doesn't have quite the cutting ability, but he's amazing north and south. Right?
He doesn't have to break away.
I started Edwards because I'm like, who's this kid? He's got cool hair, and the kid can punch through the line. And what are we in Madden for the season? 7-4.
7-4, I think.
7-4, and he was rushing over. I think I have 4 games at 120 to 30 yards. That's in half. That's in half. That's in half. I sit him after half.
I remember watching him beat because some of his best games in college was against Ohio State. Against the big teams, he showed up and showed out. Why is Donovan Edwards not getting no run? That's a question we have to ask Dan Quinn. Why he ain't getting no run? And also, fun fact. So y'all know we have one HBCU player on this roster that went to Jackson State University.
Who?
Robert McDaniel.
Robert McDaniel.
Yep, number 47, Robert McDaniel with the Jackson State University. Rookie.
Wow.
Robert McDaniel.
Yep.
Who's Robert McDaniel?
He's a safety.
Oh, he was safety. Is he on the practice squad?
He's on the practice squad.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Washington recorded 3+ sacks for the 5th time this season, in their first since week 8. They also recorded 2 sacks in the first half of this game. It was the first game with multiple sacks in the first half of a game since week 5 against the LA Chargers. And Washington scored points in its opening possession of each half for the first time since week 17 of 2024. Washington went to overtime in a regular season game for the first time since week 17 of 2024, and Washington held their opponents to under 150 net passing yards, which was 142, for the first time since week 8 of 2024 season. Man, they are milking this. They are selling it, man. All the positives, trying to pull anything out of this freaking game.
Listen, that is all, except for the turnover and downs that needs to go out because that's just a lie.
You don't give them credit for that, huh?
The rest of that,
defense still had to stop them.
That's actually true, and I think they put together I think Dan put together a good game plan, and I think they executed on that game plan. And as broke as they are, for the defense to show up against Miami's high-powered offense and do that, I thought was impressive.
I thought Jalen Waddle was going to go off.
Me too.
I mean, Tua stopped finding him later in the game, though. Tua did
So I have
stop
to
finding him
say
later
this,
in the
guys.
game.
So I have to say this. I'm going to tell you, like, I have not been very, very high on Kinlaw, but that dude was stuffing it. Like, you try to go on a 4th down on me, I am going to eat your lunch. And he just busted through that line and was like, woo.
Kinlaw had an amazing game.
He had a good game.
He was crushing it, man. That's the reason why they weren't freaking converting on those 4 downs.
Payne had a good game. Newton had a good game.
Newton had a good game.
Flying around. Luvu had a good game.
Finally. Luvu has been absent this whole year. Finally.
And McGee also did good. And
Wagner had a pass deflection.
Yep.
He blocked a pass. I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's the first time I've seen Bobby Wagner in coverage that actually blocked something.
Yeah.
And McGee showed up. And we used McGee in our Madden season, and McGee was doing pretty good.
I told you guys that we were going to go to McGee because we got to evaluate that young talent, and I would definitely put him in on every passing situation because Bobby Wagner can't cover nobody.
Yeah.
And so I was glad that they were seeing him do that. We'll get to defense here in a second. Let's talk about offense real quick. Marcus Mariota completed 20-30 for 213 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. Of course, that 1 interception was horrendous.
That's right.
That cost us the game.
Cost us the game.
He also rushed for 49 yards on 4 attempts. Let's face it, 44 of those yards was on 1 recorded rush, which was amazing, by the way.
Yep.
It was the second longest run of his career and the longest since 2013 or since week 13 of 2025. And he played in his 100th career game. Who cares about that? But Jacoby Jones recorded his first reception for 25 yards.
I was glad to see the name on the field. I kept saying we had targets to get to. We just got to get the kids in there and get them a chance.
Yep. I think if Burks, I think this game would have turned out different if Burks had played as well.
Oh
now,
my goodness,
if Burks and Jacoby Jones on the field, and then why my boy Ja'Cory Brooks ain't getting no burn, man? What is going on?
Corey is not getting activated for some reason. Like I've been following that guy. Like I'm like really high on him. It's kind of like him and Donovan Edwards. These are my two practice squad guys I'm kind of in love with, and they're not activating them. I want to see Ja'Cory Brooks come on up to the active roster. I want to see Donovan Edwards come on up to the active roster. I want to see them get reps.
Yep.
And so bring them up.
Bring him up. Now, I like the Jacoby because Jacoby Jones still young. He a rookie. He went there from UCF. So, he's young, talented, and he actually listen. He looked like he want to play.
So did Moore. These guys are hungry, man.
So did Moore.
Yep.
And so Chris Rodriguez rushed for a team-leading 79 yards. Boy, man, that guy could have been over 100 yards if you just kept him in the game.
Yep.
Well, they also brought Edmonds in. You saw Edmonds on a couple carries, and he had a couple carries.
Chase Edmonds, so, he's old and washed, man.
No, I know, but
I wouldn't have brought him up. I would have brought Donovan Edwards up.
I wouldn't have put him in the game at all. I didn't see why that was necessary.
Yeah,
I don't know why you don't just flat out cut that dude, and bring in somebody else.
Bring Edwards up.
Bring Donovan Edwards up.
Bring Donovan Edwards up.
Yep.
Bring Ja'Cory Brooks up.
Bring Ja'Cory Brooks up.
Bring one of them guys up, right?
Instead of going out here on the streets, bringing in all these old Chris Moore and all these guys, you got Traylon Burks. I really like the Traylon Burks pickup because he was a first-round draft pick. I like the Jacoby Jones pickup. He's a young rookie, fresh out of college, hungry, looking to make his mark somewhere. So I definitely like that pickup. Now, us going out to get Chris Moore and all these old wash guys, Robbie Chose and stuff like that, we don't need that. We don't need that. We need that young fire. That young fire. Jacoby Jones was hungry on Sunday. He just needs the ball in this direction. He was hungry.
And see, I love all these young receivers, and I want to see them going down this stretch because I really believe the veteran that you want kind of leading that group is Debo. And Debo had 7 catches for 74 yards and a touchdown. So just let Debo be Debo.
Listen,
I'll tell you something else about Rodriguez if you watch that game. I'll tell you how excited he was to get the start. He was talking smack. He was not waiting for people to pick him up. He was jumping up after the run saying, yeah, and giving the arms to the sideline saying, yeah.
Finally, he's like,
every single run. Yep. Like every single time. He did not crack. His motivation was off the chart.
That's right.
And I think he picked up the line around him because the line's going, well, let's block for this guy. He's excited, you know?
Yeah, yep. Like he had this Cam Scatterbo moments. You know, Cam Scatterbo, you know, he loved him some contact. Yeah, Scatterbo. He loved him some contact. Man, I thought we was going to draft him. Remember I said that during the draft? I thought we was going to draft him.
We really did. You thought we were, but we didn't. You know, we went a complete – I'm like, I didn't even understand our draft, to be quite honest with you. But, like, you know, as soon as we hit Connerly and we only have 5 picks and we decided to go with a right tackle, the first pick in the first round instead of defensive end, I'm like, oh, we done screwed up this whole draft. All of the rest of our picks were off from there.
Trey Amos was the great pickup.
I do believe that. But our draft was a little bit off from that point.
Connolly was a good pickup too. It's just we missed so many other things, you know.
I think the guy that I'm still waiting to materialize is Madrano. I'm just waiting on him to materialize because
he's going to be good. He's going to be good. And I think what you're going to do is you're going to see him in the second half of the season here because when you look at the linebackers, you're going to see McGee a lot more. You're going to see Madrano a lot more. Yeah. They're going to get them involved, and you're going to see Luvu and Wagner taking fewer reps.
So this is another thing right here, right? So let's get back to the offense for a second, right? Let's get back to the offense for a second. Next year, Zach Ertz not going to be on this roster, right?
No, he's not going to be.
No, he's not going to be on this roster. I'm telling you, he's not. All of these old players. Now, Debo may not be on this roster next year.
He might not.
He may not be on this roster next year. He's here for a 1-year deal. He may not be on this roster next year.
And he's going to look for a payday somewhere.
He's going to look for a payday because Debo Samuels is getting older. So he wants that one last good payday. And I don't think Adam Peters has got it in him to pay it out.
Yeah.
He doesn't because, if anything, we need to learn our lesson over these things. Like, as a franchise, and for the fan base, the fans actually have learned this lesson long before this particular coaching staff has, because this coaching staff and this ownership and this front office, they're all new.
Yep.
But the fan base, we've lived through multiple iterations of this. We
Listen.
know what it's like to go through periods where we've paid a lot of old players a full freaking ton load of money, because we lived under the Dan Snyder years, where that's
Right.
all he did was throw away massive retirement paychecks to old people.
Yep.
And it never panned out. So, like, the fan base knows better. So,
Yep.
as soon as we did this with Terry McLaurin, like, this is a learning lesson for this new staff, but it's not for the fan base.
It's not. And one of the things Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, and all these guys will learn, and learn it quickly, the fan base will turn on you. And once the fan base turns on you, we are calling for your head. Get out of here.
We're ugly about it, too.
We are ugly about it. This, man, people going to be showing up. People showing up to the games. I had a bag on my head at the last game I went to.
There's this guy I know. His name is Dia Shakur. When he gets in that stadium, he's like, F this, F that. I'm freaking. He's like the worst one of the whole group. Oh, wait a minute. We know that guy.
Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about something like getting said, what the F are you doing? Hey, fire Dan Quinn. He got to go. I'm yelling. I'm sitting right there. The last game, I was sitting right there.
And fans, if you're watching, I've seen him actually do it to actual players and to their staff.
Yes.
And he does it. And he'll sit on the visitor side and just freaking go crap on. Like, there is no bigger crap talker than I know than good old.
Listen,
holy crap.
The last game, I was actually sitting right there. I sat on the Detroit side. Then I moved around and went to the Commander side. And when I sat down on the Commander side, people started leaving. I moved down. I talked smack. Fire Dan Quinn. We need winning in D.C. I'm yelling. Nick looking back at me like, man, who is this crazy dude?
I'll tell you a couple of people you missed here, Coach. You missed both Sanat and Bates, who had some really good catches and some great blocks in this game. Great blocks.
And you're right. Going down the stretch, if I say going down the stretch offensively, we got some young running backs that we can go in there. I'd love to see Donovan Edwards come up and get some wide receivers. You know, obviously I want to see a lot more out of Jalen Lane.
Yep.
I want to see a lot more. Maybe Jacoby Jones. We can get him in there. I would love for us to activate Ja'Cory Brooks.
Yep.
From the tight end, it needs to be Ben Sinnott a lot more. We need to see a lot more. Is he going to be the future of this team, or do we need to go? Or is he a draft bust?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that enough. We need to test it.
We need to test that one. I don't think Ben Sinnott is getting sufficient enough reps playing behind Zach Ertz. I mean, he playing behind Zach Ertz. He's not getting sufficient enough reps for us to assess it.
But now that we know that we're not going to the playoffs, Ertz needs to put on a coaching hat, and we need Ben Sinnott to take a majority of these reps going forward, because he's our future. Zach Ertz is retiring. Come on, let's be real.
Speaking about coaching hats, Jack had a question, and you and me, Coach, had a heated discussion on this. And that's our quarterbacks coach, who only ever played in college. He's not had any. This is his first NFL job.
Right.
And the question from Jack is, should we keep Mariota? I say yes. Coach says no. But I think we should keep him. And the minimum he should be is our quarterbacks coach. He's got way too much experience. I think that would be a great move for us. So
here's the real deal about quarterback coaches. Like, the quarterback coaching position, they get paid like less than $200K a year. It's very, very hard to take an NFL quarterback who's used to making millions of dollars and say, hey, how would you like to be our quarterback's coach? And you get paid like $180K. They don't do it, dude. It's very, very hard to get an ex-quarterback, NFL quarterback, to be your quarterback's coach.
Now if it was back in the day, they would do it, because
they would do it back in the day.
The players weren't getting paid like.
But in today's day and age, like, the money ain't there, so they're not. So you don't usually get that. You usually end up getting a guy who played quarterback in college, who understands like how to prepare one, and then they learn from other coaches and they learn that scheme and they become part of that staff, right?
Yeah.
But and then it becomes more of a collaborative effort with them, because a lot of quarterbacks even know it. There's like, man, my coach is freaking making $200K a year. I make $27 million a year.
So this is the thing right. This is the thing right here. So this is just me, right? We now next year we're going to have Jaden Daniels with 3 years of NFL experience, right? We have next year Jaden Daniels with 3 years of NFL experience. We let Josh Johnson walk. I don't even know why he's on the roster. Let him walk.
He won't be around.
Yeah, he won't be around, right? We let him walk, and then we draft a quarterback. We
might draft a quarterback. Yeah,
we draft one.
Now, Jack just hit on what I agree with Jack here. Mariota takes the QB coaching job next year as a stepping stone to become an offensive coordinator somewhere. Yes, I could see that.
Well,
if he loves the game, if he loves the game that much,
so let me put it to you this way, right? When you're in that role, like when Mariota first came to this team last year, Jane Daniels was a rookie. He essentially was a player coach.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you had a first-year quarterbacks coach who was wet behind the ears. He's not the guy to develop Jane Daniels. The guy who was brought in here to help develop Jane Daniels was Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
It was, hey, and Marcus Mariota goes, listen, I was a Heisman Trophy winner coming out of college, and I had a lot of ups and downs. Let me tell you what worked for me, and let me tell you how all the ways I failed. And he was able to learn those life lessons. And Jane Daniels was very, very focused last year. Yeah. Now he's into the DC life and ain't so freaking focused.
Nope.
Making Kentucky commercials.
Listen, when I seen him on the stage, I seen a video of him on the stage with Wale and at a rap concert. I said, "Oh, it's over with now. The city got him. The city got him. The city got him."
You know, that's the hardest part about trying to coach some of these professional players is, man, like if you're in an environment like that's why I hated when the Raiders moved to Vegas, because I'm just like, ooh, that's a formula for disaster for a bunch of 22, 23-year-old millionaires to be in Vegas.
And then I'm gonna tell you, when I say this about our players, when I say the city got half them, it's the truth. Look what happened with John Wall. John Wall was an all-star. Then the city got a hold of him. I was going out to see go-go bands. John Wall sitting outside in this Porsche Panamera waiting in line to go to the club. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, craziness. And then you saw the decline. Or right after that, you saw the decline.
And I see that happen with Jaden too, because he got into that nightlife and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And his focus has not been as sharp as it was last year. Last year, he was first in, last out of the room. Yep. Of the facilities, he was like locked in, like, hey, I need to prove myself. This second year, he came in slacking.
Well, I'm gonna tell you two things that they have besides the nightlife, and then his girlfriend. He had a girlfriend now.
He had a girlfriend, yeah.
His girlfriend, Juju, and Juju about to go to the WNBA. So,
so
it's like his attention is everywhere right now. Do I still think he's in there? His mom's standing on his neck and standing on business. If you want these hundreds of millions of dollars that we work hard for, you want to stay focused. I understand you got your little girlfriend. I understand you want to go outside.
Because he's got 2 years before he has that mega payday.
That's right.
And if you want to get paid $70 million per year, which is probably what his mom was on his butt about.
Yeah.
Like if you want to see that contract where you're going to be making $70 million a year and you get that mega deal, you better prove yourself because you got 2 years to prove it.
No, his mom is smart. She already got him making Campbell's Chunky Soup commercials. She already converted the pantry and pissed her off and got her all angry and took that money from Campbell's Soup. So his mom is on the right track.
No.
Chunky ain't gonna come around next year if you don't get on the field and do something.
Listen, he's doing them offbeat Eastern Motors commercials.
Oh my God, Eastern Motors.
Eastern Motors.
We got you going.
We get at least 5 to 7 players every year doing Eastern Motors.
God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
And they're all doing the same offbeat.
Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on here.
Jonathan Jones recorded 6 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 quarterback hit, and 1 tackle for a loss. Crazy. Man, where the flip has Jonathan Jones been before today?
Old man Jones.
Crazy.
He looked like I'm talking about. He looked like he looked like he should be on the coaching staff.
I know. Well, that's some pretty good stats for a game. I'll take those anytime. But maybe that was the only game he had. I don't know.
Well,
but like
he been hurt most of the season, so he's fresh. He's
Jones
fresh.
recorded his first sack since week 15 of the 2018 season. Ooh, that's been a minute. My boy Jordan McGee got in the game, got some ass, had 5 tackles. I'll take it. He's also the first linebacker in franchise history to have 10 defensive solo tackles within their first 18 games since Jamin Davis of the 2021 season. Oh my God. That's been a minute.
I know we're gonna talk about my boy Jacob Martin.
Jacob Martin had 2 total sacks, 1 sack, 2 total tackles, 1 sack, and 1 quarterback hit, and 1 tackle for a loss.
He made up for the disaster of last week's game, that's for sure.
He also set a new single-season career high with 4.5 sacks on the season. He also recorded his 50th quarterback hit of his career and 12th of the season, a new single-season career high. Good job on you, Martin.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, he's been playing like a man on a mission since he got the opportunity.
He's been roiding up.
He's been roiding up. He's been doing something. They better test him.
He might be on a 4-game suspension for violating the substance abuse policy because he's been looking like he's been jacked out there.
Man, listen.
I'm not saying he is, guys, for the record, so don't like hit me up on that. But like, I'm just saying, like, the dude's been playing like I've never seen him play before.
That's right. And it was like he needed Dorrance Armstrong to get hurt. As soon as Dorrance Armstrong got hurt, he took full advantage of it. Like,
full advantage.
It's my turn. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I want to show you I got a place in this league. So good old Bob Miller, the old grandpa, freaking Mr. Senior Citizen out there. He recorded a tackle, a sack, a quarterback hit, and a tackle for a loss. He recorded his 5th sack this season. Still not on the pace that Fowler was. Yeah. Fowler was way ahead of him.
But he got his face in the game.
But he got his face in the game. He also, for a career high, he's now at 134.5. He's passed John Abrams for 13th NFL all-time of official sacks.
That's
a
pretty
good accomplishment.
That's good. Yeah.
And he also Smith recorded his 75th career tackle for a loss. That was pretty cool. Preston Smith, he's freaking old as dirt too.
Yep.
Bobby Wagner,
he started with us. He started with us, Preston Smith.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. He's a retread. You know, he had to come back home.
Yeah.
We should have never left him. Actually, got rid of him because he was good back in the day.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner led the team in 8 tackles, which is incredible. And the one pass defended, the only pass defended he's done since probably 1942. But man, I don't think he's had a pass deflection since he was on the Legion of Boom.
No.
So the defense was fired up this game. They were really fired up. So maybe that plane ride that I was bagging on, and them spending time just the team together that I was bagging on, maybe that gave them a chance to go find themselves a little bit because they definitely came out looking like a different team.
Oh, and the last one on here is he recorded his 100th tackle of the season, and it's in the first quarter, and he tied London Fletcher with a record 14 consecutive seasons with 100+ tackles. That's an insane stat.
Yeah, that's something right there.
Yeah.
100 tackles for 14 consecutive seasons.
Bobby Wagner is a first-round ballot Hall of Fame, easily.
Yeah.
First
and
ballot.
I'll tell you, we got him old as dirt, but the dude still produces.
He still produces. He's third in the league in tackles. At 35, 36 years old. That is insane.
And he was first last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
insanity.
Because he had 168 total on the season last year.
That's right.
So
it's just like insane, his production, but he just can't cover nobody anymore. He's lost his step.
He lost his step. Of course, that comes with age, right? But like you get rare anomalies. So in the last 5 to 7 years, we've had 2 anomalies, old anomalies. Adrian Peterson, he came here old as dirt and showed out, and Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner's still playing, like he's still in this playing like he in this 20s. You
don't think Vernon Davis was one of those anomalies too?
He was. Vernon Davis was, yeah.
Yeah, because I think he was one that I was just like, man, because I thought he was washed up. He came to Washington. I was like, man, he could still ball, man.
Yeah, for real, yeah. So
Vernon Davis was still pretty good. And then another one that I liked.
London Fletcher. London
Fletcher was another one that came in.
We came in older and everything and showed out.
Yeah, but we missed on more of these guys than we actually hit on.
Yep.
Yeah.
We brought in like a lot of dudes and paid them a lot of money through the years, and they didn't pan out. And I'm concerned that Terry McLaurin might be the latest.
Marshawn Lattimore was the latest.
Yeah, but I'm concerned that Terry McLaurin is going to be the next one.
Oh yeah.
We just paid him all that money. He's got like 13 receptions on the year and 1 touchdown.
we can discuss Terry McLaurin, but I hope we've seen Marshawn Lattimore last days in a Commander's uniform.
We had our opportunity to trade him for the trade deadline. I literally called, like, if he gets an interception, we trade him, and he got the freaking interception in the first quarter.
Yep.
And I'm like calling Large Sarge. I'm like, trade him now.
Trade him.
Check. We played 10 games franchise with the Commanders, me as OC and Coach Mad Mike as DC. You know, Lattimore won us a lot of games, has not had one PI the entire year, and even had a pick. It was crazy. He's like a beast.
But that's
it's really funny that he's clearly just physically not recovered to what he used to be in his heyday. But
he came in this season healthy and been getting picked on.
I don't think so.
Yes, he did. He came in.
He came in with a doctor's report that said, "Yeah, you're good to go." I don't think he's healthy.
I'm going to give you my theory behind it. I think it's a combination of a little bit of both. Like, I think it's one, like, he came to us injured. He missed a lot of football last year. And then I think what happened is he came back still hurt, and he developed some nasty habits to try to compensate for his injury. And then when he went into the offseason this year, he never broke those bad habits that he started.
Nope.
And he just carried over with the same nonsense like he was still injured.
Yeah.
I mean, when you develop a couple bad habits, it's like a guy like that, you almost got to bring back to basics and go like, what are these bad habits that you start? Like, when did you start grabbing and holding on to players when they're running routes?
And I'm going to tell you right now. I think I'm going to look this up. Don't quote me on this, but I think he's like either top 3 or top 5 for pass interferences this year.
Oh, it's got to be.
It's got to be.
It's got to be. Like, because I don't hear anybody else's name being called out as much as him around the league, right?
Yep.
Like, he's Mr. PI. And because of that, when you have single man-on-man coverage with them, what do quarterbacks do? They pick on them. Because my receivers either going to come down with the ball. There's a chance we're going to get a PI out of this.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm going to tell you what's crazy, right? So Emmanuel Forbes is left. He's made a name for himself in LA. St. Juice is out with the Chargers balling right now. I guess us cutting him did something to him. But he's balling right now. And then now, look, I said, why wouldn't y'all produce like this when you were here? And then we bring in this overpaid bum. And he getting cooked, picked on, burnt, passed the fair. He doing everything. No, he got to go. It's going to be a lot of people that's not going to be on the roster next year. Von Miller not going to be on the roster next year. Marshawn Lattimore, but Debo may not be. There's going to be a lot of people now on this roster next year.
We have a little bit like we have like about 32 players out of this roster that are on contract for next year, and because we had a lot of 1-year deals, and a lot of these guys on these 1-year deals, they're not coming back. They're too old.
Yeah.
Will Harris is going to be gone.
Will Harris did not do enough to stay. Large Sarge and I talked about this. Like, again, Jeremy Shin should have never left.
Yeah.
No, shouldn't have. And Noah, I believe we re-signed him because he had trade value. I believe we re-signed him.
Who?
Noah Igbenogany.
Oh, Igbenogany. Yeah, but I would trade him. No, I'm not. I don't really like Igbenogany. I don't see enough from him. I think we build around Amos and Sinistro, and we just keep finding other pieces.
Yeah.
And we go younger, right?
I'm glad you brought up Sam Steele because he's been impressive playing on the outside. He has been. He's been impressive. He's been impressive playing on the outside.
Yeah.
So, hey.
And I actually thought Jeremy Reeves was playing all right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, there's a couple pieces there where you can go like, okay, I can see we can kind of work some of these younger guys in. You know, and then offensively, some of the younger guys that we didn't mention, we have some young guys on the offensive line. Like, I think we continue to try to develop Chris Paul. I think that there's a little bit of something there. We got to continue to find out what worked for Brandon Coleman.
Yeah.
Right.
And with one of the guys that got lost in the fray that I feel like would have been beneficial to this line is Trent Scott. He got lost in the fray, man. Someone said came back. That was it.
So, like, he's been the official backup to Connerly, and Connerly's freaking a rookie, and playing strong, and
Yep.
I wouldn't have drafted him. Obviously, I would have went the in route. But now that we've got him, I mean, he's looking pretty good. He's holding his own, and so Trent Scott hasn't gotten the reps because he's been hidden behind him.
I'm gonna tell you another person that's been hit or miss this year. He's been holding his own somewhat, but Tunsil. This Tunsil, we gave up a lot for Tunsil. Tunsil should be missing no games. He should be giving up no sacks. Notice that we gave up a lot for him.
We did, and he's been a nice surprise, but I still think I still feel like we gave up a lot.
Yes, and he's been hit or miss.
And we're without a second and a fourth round pick in next year's draft because of it.
Yep.
And that's a lot of capital. Like when you think about a team that really needs to rebuild like us, and we only have a first and a third as early round picks, and we don't pick again until the fifth round, that hurts.
So everybody just watching, you're hearing it here first. Dan Quinn ain't gonna make it past Game 5 next year.
Whoa.
Well, on that note, I'm going to tell you why exactly. I'm going to do a little recap for you. Hold a second. I need to assume the position.
Is Dan Quinn coming on?
Dan
All
Quinn
right, everybody. We got
on that very note, I'll tell you why I agree with Shaq. I don't even know if it's going to be that long. You ready for this?
We are now welcoming Dan Quinn to the show.
Here's an example of several different plays during the game where you'll understand the reason why Dan Quinn ain't going to make it. Ready? It is 4th and 1 on your own 49-yard line in the first quarter. Hey, Cliff, man, what do you got? What do you got for me, man? I need to make this play. I got to make this play. We got to go for this. Pass. Okay, pass. Get it. Woo! We got it. That gave me a whole bunch of motivation. Now I think I can coach the rest of this game. I don't know what else I'm doing out here, but I think it's good. Let's get that ball down in the end zone. All right. We're at 3rd and 1. What am I going to call? I want to call Cliff. What do you think we should call? Come on now, Cliff. Cliff. What are we going to call? around the tackle in the gap? A keeper? Sure, let's do it. Oh, no, that didn't work. Wait, Cliff, you got something for me? Cliff? I need something. Go for it again. I'll show you what we can do. Let's go for it again. Let's call a pass play. And when we call this pass play, we're going to get the touchdown and take the lead. So, you ready for this? Let's go. Let's get the pass play. Oh, no, we didn't make it. Oh, Lord. How did we miss that play? All right. Igbenogany's injured. What are we going to do? Special teams coach. I need somebody out there. Give me some great hands. Give me some really good hands. Wait a minute. What do you think? St. Winston, get out there and get us a ball. I know we can do this. St. Winston, catch that ball. Oh, no. That's why we're going to lose this. You understand?
Hey, thank you very much for joining us here today, man.
That is what you didn't see right there on the sidelines. It was hidden. It was blacked out like you can't see it here. Fire me, kick me. It was either kick me or fire me. I'm not sure which.
Oh, my God. It was too freaking funny.
He ain't going to make it past Game 4. Game 4, Game 5 next year. That's
got a game. My little skit got a game. You said 5. Now you're saying 4.
So the one thing that he's got going good for me is him and Adam Peters are like buddies, right? So it's going to buy him a little bit of time. And I really think his strategy in the offseason is give me 2 new coordinators. He's going to go out and try to find another coordinator, an offensive coordinator. I thought it might be Mike McDaniels, but now that I kind of looked at him in his game, I really hope it's not.
Mike McDaniels called 2 4th and 0s for zeros to try to read it. I know that was a backroom deal. Dan, I'll give it to you. Just give me a beer after the game. I'll call a run play twice on the 1 yard line and miss it, and then you give me a beer, okay? They're old buddies.
Listen,
Dan Quinn needs to be the defensive coordinator of this team. He'd be fine.
Now I'm gonna tell you, there are 3 OCs that I rate. Zach Taylor, because he's not gonna be in Cincinnati next year. Mike McDaniel, I would rather have Mike McDaniel over Cliff Kingsbury. I would.
Yeah, but I don't want Mike McDaniel.
And Jonathan Gannon.
Alcohol problems and other stuff going on. No.
No, Jonathan Gannon from Arizona.
I say bring Brian Dable.
No, man.
Offensive coordinator.
Man, his special teams do.
No, he's not. He's not. He's got experience from he's seen a lot, and he actually had that Giants team rolling. Finally got some things together. I don't know why they pulled the trigger on that, but he would come in and know how to use our running game. It would be no more this air raid nonsense. He'd be a good addition, but we need a head coach to rein him in.
I don't know about the Dayball pick, man. I can't get jiggy with that one.
They might need to call up Coach Mad Mike, and I'll freaking run the offense.
Yeah.
Even though I'm more of a defensive guy, I'll replace Joe Witt.
Joe Witt is gone. After this year, Joe Witt is
gone. So, like, my number is.
Joe Witt is gone. And, like, they won't survive the season, but Joe Witt is gone.
Because I think I can rebuild this defense and get them to win. There's some pieces there that you can build.
We clearly are proving it in Madden. There's a lot of pieces there.
There's
and if the guys come out and play fired up like that, this team really came together this week. They were all fired up. You know,
there's some young talent that is hungry. So there's some pieces there that you can build. And if you go into a really good offseason and look for some youth talent that you can come in and build a cohesive team, like, hey, listen, we might not have a lot of big names on this team, but we're all hungry and we're going to work together. Man, you could freaking probably build a team where you guys will all be names because you can grow up together, right? And there's that talent. There's some talent out there.
We need to start at the top. It's coaching. We have talent. This is all coaching.
I'm trying to think of like what kind of defensive coordinator might be out there.
Dan Quinn, he'd be fine. You don't keep you're losing by 4 scores and you keep your starting already barely back in the game quarterback of the game all the way to 4 minutes to the end of the game. Are you nuts?
It's not going to be Dan Quinn.
It's not going to be Dan Quinn.
You can't coach, you need a coordinator.
No, he's a poor decision.
No, I'm saying fire him as head coach and make him the defensive coordinator, but he wouldn't do it.
You don't do that on the same team.
I know.
He's a terrible decision maker, man. Like, no.
No, you don't do that on the same team. You don't demote somebody like that. So, I mean, you're going to cut a salary.
Bring back Belichick.
Yeah.
Belichick would not be good for this team
because
it'd
be horrible.
It would be the end of Adam Peters. Belichick only knows how to do things one way, and that's him to be coach and general.
Listen, after these 2 drafts, because Daniels wasn't a fantastic decision. That was the decision, right? Like, duh. Like a 2-year-old could have made that decision. After that, flat. This year's draft, messed up.
So this year's draft, I mean, we picked up a 6 for B-Rob, which was retarded. So we got 6 picks, but like I said, again, we have a 1st and a 3rd, and then we don't pick again till the 5th.
Yeah.
You're not going to rebuild a program with our draft stock.
Should have cut McLaurin. Should have cut it.
So, like, because we didn't pick up any additional draft capital, we've entered large contracts. I've actually scrubbed this team of available draft capital type worthy players that you could have done before the trade deadline. I didn't see anybody. So it made – I mean, the only one that you have was Marshawn Lattimore. Other than that, there wasn't anybody that you could have really garnered anything without taking a hit on your cap.
Oh, yeah.
So I looked at that. I'm just like, I bet you they're not going to make a move, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you, there are others. We would have took the cap. We would have took a hit if we got rid of Deron Payne. But we would have took the hit if we got rid of Deron Payne.
Deron Payne's young enough and dynamic enough. He's better to keep.
Yeah.
We don't. I mean, like why?
Got rid of Chin. We should have kept Chin and cut McLaurin. It's so obvious, right? Here's my number 1 rule: you want to hold out into my preseason.
Stop. Wait a minute. Time out. I got to correct your terminology. You can't say cut. You don't cut talent.
Trade.
Value, and that's an important distinction. So let's make sure we get that right.
No, you're right, Coach. That's why I'm a fan of your coach.
So, like when you have a guy like a 30-year-old player in here, and this is where I say that's important for a 30-year-old player. You like, I always say, you don't pay somebody based off of what they did. You pay somebody projecting forward to what you think that they're going to do. So if you're going to and you got to evaluate their talent or where they are on a bell curve, right? So when you look at a 30-year player, they're on the backside of that bell curve, and you're looking at of their production. So you're trying to figure out what is their value of production on the back end. How many years can I get them at a certain level of proficiency? And that's how long I'll make that contract for. Do I think that they can do it for 2 years, or do I think that they can do it for 4? But you got to show me a level of production that justifies the millions I'm going to pay you. And in 9 out of 10 times, everybody's going to be excited about a name. And we had this conversation before, and this is an important point. It is tough to make those calls, right? Because you have a fan base who's in love with the player. You might have an owner that's in love with the player. Most of your coaching staff in the locker room might be in love with that player. But when you're a GM and you're looking at that, you have to go and say, am I going to go against the grain for the betterment of the team? Because I know better than shelling out $33 million on a player that's not going to be worth it. And I might be able to sell his stock high for draft capital because I don't believe necessarily we can get it right now. And I'm thinking for the future.
Hey, I'm going to tell you,
Jerry Jones had the balls to do it. Jerry Jones had the balls.
I was about to say that. You beat me to the point. I'm going to say Jerry Jones made the move.
Michael Parsons is a great example. Dallas did a wonderful thing.
They did.
And there was a market for it.
Dallas won that trade.
And so did Green Bay.
Dallas won that trade.
So did Green Bay. He's been playing like a beast.
Yeah, I mean, time will tell if Green Bay won the trade, right? Time would tell if we traded Terry McLaurin to say some other team, and they would have been like, oh, look how well he's producing, right? Because sometimes we've had a lot of players go to other teams and do great, right? But you got to see over time whether or not a trade was good or not. But I will tell you statistically, when you're a true analyst, not these pundits who act like they're analysts, but they never freaking analyze anything. Yep. But if you actually really analyze it and you look at 30-plus-year-old players, yes, of course you have those anomalies, but quarterbacks are not like Tom Brady, right? Wide receivers aren't like Jerry Rice, how you can play till you're 42 years old, right? Typically, when players get in that 30 range, they're on the bottom side of the bell curve and their performance is going to do this.
Yep.
And you're just like, how many more years do they have? And again, do you really want to pay a wide receiver $33 million because of what they did? Terry McLaurin wasn't even a top 15 receiver when we did this.
That was my argument to everybody that said we just need to pay him. We just need to pay him. I'm like, he wasn't even a top 15 receiver.
Now, hear me out on this. That situation might be different if we already had in the bank, 10 picks, right? But we didn't. And
the cap space.
That's what changed that paradigm. And you're not going to show up to practice and for preseason, for training camp. That's like, as a head coach for me, that's the cutoff. If you're not in my practice camp, there is no deal. You're not going to convince me. You're a poison in my locker room. I'm going to get as much as I can for you and build some youth.
So I'm going to tell you, I might do some crazy talk here for a second, but you don't call me Coach Mad Mike for nothing, right? I will tell you, like, if I was a general manager in the league, when you get over 28 years old and you start approaching 30, I'm already thinking exit strategy.
Mm-hmm.
How do I move on from you where I can get additional draft capital? Because I need to build more players. Greater emphasis on player development, greater emphasis on going after targeted players that are in that 24 to 26-year-old range that I can write them on contracts till they're 30. But when you're 30, I'm selling stock.
Yeah.
And I know that the fan base might not always like that. And I don't care if you bought a jersey, put that up, and that's up in the archive zone because we're getting younger.
I'm gonna tell you another person. They had draft capital before he got hurt. Dorrance Armstrong did because he had two good years.
Sure did.
Before he got hurt.
And then I'm gonna tell you, as a general manager, the way you structure contracts, you can structure contracts in a way where you front load the contract out. So when you're looking at the highest part of his draft trade capital, that's the lowest part of your cap hit. Mm-hmm. And the more flexibility you have to move them for the least amount of pain to your organization.
Yeah.
Right. So like, people don't talk like this, but I'm just saying, like, and players are motivated like that because they're like, I want as much money as I can get now because I know how long I'm going to play.
Yeah.
And so you play into that. You say, okay, I will front load it. And then you're already thinking my exit strategy. He's getting ready to approach 30 years old. He's going to be a big name. He's going to come off of some of his best years.
Yep.
I'm going to be able to sell him high because I know he's coming down on the other side of that bell curve.
Yep.
And I don't want to live with a player when he's coming down.
Yep.
I want to be building capital so I can continuously improve my roster that's moving up. And I always want my roster moving up, right? I don't want a roster moving down. This team is, like you said it, Shaq, this team is old as dirt. This team fell apart week 3, guys. This team fell apart starting on week 3. Week 3.
No, week 1 when Eckler went down.
It really started, I'm telling you, it really started week 3. That's when everything started going to crap. And I actually really thought it was going to be about week 6 to week 8. We talked about this in the offseason. Man, it happened a lot faster than I thought. It's like week 3, this team was already broken. So, like, man. But anyway, guys, that was my crazy take on what if I happened if I was a GM, right? But, like, I'm a different kind of
fired Dan Quinn.
Yeah, Dan Quinn, I don't know if I would have ever hired him in the first place, to be honest with you. I told you, my guy during that year, who was I looking at that year? You know Lars Sarge. I was looking at Harbaugh out of Michigan. I called it before anybody.
Yeah.
When I saw Michigan win the national title, and I saw Harbaugh there, I'm just like, he's coming in the NFL somewhere. We need to go get him.
He would have been fantastic.
And before I knew it, the Chargers beat us to it. And we never even had him on our coaching list. But I said, but you remember that, Lars Sarge. I was just like, because we were talking about.
I agreed with you. I would agree it would be a great pickup.
We were having some of these shows going on at the time, and we were going through names of coaches that we were potentially looking at. I was just like, well, I'm looking at a guy coming out of college. And you were like, wait, what? And I was the first one to put you on there, Lars. I was like, I'm looking at Harbaugh.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, one guy that I thought we was going to pick up, one guy I thought we were going to at least look at for a head coach position was Tom Monkey. I remember I brought up Tom Monkey. I thought we were going to bring him in at least for a visit.
Yeah, I thought we'd at least bring Harbaugh in for a visit, and we never even brought him in for a visit.
No, he's gone before that. I think he knew where he wanted to go. I think that was one of those things that we had to pay so much stupid money, but his heart wasn't really in coming here.
And honestly, I ain't never even heard of Joe Witt before we hired him.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of him before.
Joe Witt don't look like he got an athletic bone in his body.
And then as soon as I heard Cliff Kingsbury, I was just like, didn't he break Kyler Murray? Like, this is going to be RG3 2.0.
Yep.
And I was just like, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, that guy's no better than Kyle Shanahan back in the day when we had RG3. Like, he does RPO crap. Like, I don't want that kind of offense.
Yep.
That's not my kind of offense.
And he called it in this game too. He called it. He called a run play at first and goal on the goal line for the quarterback.
Absolutely insane to me. Insane.
Any other play, right? Get it to a tight end. You have a tight end. You have two. Something, but not that.
That's supposed to be Zach Ertz's job. Why do we even have Zach Ertz on the roster other than to take that
That's
play?
his moneymaker.
That's his moneymaker play. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, that's what we got for you tonight. It's been a wonderful show. Hey, listen, the season's over, but, man, we still got so much to report. Call a friend, call a buddy, come hang out with us. We got any parting comments from the fan base out there, Lord Sarge? Are we good?
No, we're good. We're good.
All right. Well, this is Football Psych, baby. We're out of here. Hell. We're losing, but we're going to still say hell.